Hi Krista, happy Tuesday. This video was supposed to go out last night, but it didn't because of reasons. I am sorry about that. But now you get the video in full and this bonus footage. Bonus! Hi Krista, I want to talk in praise just for a moment of inhibitions because while I hate feeling inhibited as much as the next person, I really appreciate that all of the things that happen in my brain do not immediately come out of my mouth. That is wonderful. For example, if I'm a little bit anxious or have had a little bit too much caffeine, it's not unusual for me to want to shout. Not so much like yell, as just sort of I ride public transit. I can't be making the screeching noises every time I feel a little bit anxious, so my brain stops that from happening. And speaking of public transit, when I am catching the train and the train is pulling up in the station, there is nothing between me and the tracks except a little panel on the ground of bumpy rails, and that is nothing to stop me from throwing myself in front of that train, and that would kill me. But still, in my brain, sometimes I get this impulse to do it, and it's not just that I'm crazy. There's an expression for this. L'appel du vide means the call of the void. So if you're standing at the precipice of something very high or very dangerous, and you suddenly have a vivid fantasy about throwing yourself off, or feel the urge to do the same, know that it is not just you. There's a thing that's going on in our brains. The brain is a squishy sack of meat, and certainly not a computer. These sorts of errors are not that uncommon. Krista, I certainly don't have to tell you anything about that sort of thing. But the point is that we have our inhibitions there to keep us from doing the thing. Inhibitions are often great, and they are so underappreciated. Part of the thing about living with mental illnesses that I have is that I do not trust my brain, which is a pity because my brain is me, after all. But I don't trust it to make good decisions. I don't trust a lot of its feedback. I'm suspicious about what's going on inside of my head, and that's not always healthy. But I do trust my inhibitions. I can rely on them most of the time to discourage me from doing bad things. I can't necessarily rely on them to always be there. Sometimes I don't have inhibitions, like after 4 or 5 whiskeys. But when they are there, I can rely on them to keep me from doing something bad, and that is a great comfort. Now, I'll grant you, because they are such a great comfort to me, I might be a little bit over-reliant on my inhibitions. They might, for example, prevent me from trying new things. But I'm working on that, and in social situations, I'll grant you, I wish I was less inhibited. But that's basically what alcohol is for. But I think generally inhibitions are wonderful, and they are hugely underappreciated. So take a moment to appreciate your inhibitions. I have to go to work. Krista, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. And just like that, we're back in the future, and you get a bonus kitty. Bonus kitty. Oh, okay. That's enough bonus kitty.